Has so many people working on the show from all over the world. Where is everybody from? I know our Matildas are quite international. Where are you all from?
I'm from South Africa.
Huh?
I'm from Singapore. I'm from South Africa.
That's really amazing. And Hayley, I know that you've played this role on the West End before.
Yeah, I have. So I actually come from Scotland.
Oh wow!
Just to add to the mix.
Amazing.
Yeah, I played the role in the West End for about 3.5 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Natalie, how long have you been with the production? All over the place, I'm sure.
No, only about, I learned it with the girls in South Africa.
Oh wow, that's
18 months ago, yeah. And I'm Australian, so there's another country represented. I think we also have Poland represented, Belgium,
English.
yes, English. It's quite international.
And then there's also a wealth of Filipino crew members working on the show too. It's really exciting for you guys to be here. So after doing all that work on the West End, Hayley, what makes you keep coming back to Miss Honey and to Matilda?
For me, there's a part in your career where you sometimes come across these roles that are just everything you wished that you could play and everything that you kind of hoped along the way would land in your lap. And it was my favourite book when I was a little girl. I loved Miss Honey, I loved Matilda. And when I knew they were doing a show, I was like, oh, I just would love to be part of it. And was lucky enough to be part of it. And it's honestly, it continues to be my favourite job that I've ever done. It's a mixture of the song, the clever writing, working with the children. Yeah, she's a lovely character and I just never tire of her, really.
What is the most challenging thing about playing Matilda?
Well, one of the most challenging things is Matilda never smiles. And that is the exact opposite of me. And she keeps her feelings bottled up inside because she doesn't want anyone to know what she feels inside. And also, it's also the lines, as you said. And it's a very challenging role to play. It's quite hard to sing, dance, and act at the same time. It's called a triple threat. Also, for the lines, sometimes you forget. It's very hard to keep it in to not cry. And then, yeah. Well, what's the most challenging part is that there's so much to remember. And there's like just so much singing, acting, dancing. You do like that whole bunch all together. It's just really hard.
I can only imagine what it's like trying to do all of that choreography while still remembering all the lines and not smiling. That's one of the things I didn't think about. You don't see these little girls smile until at the end when they're finally bowing, which is such a feat, I think. If you think about all of the shows that are available to the public to watch, so few of them have that titular name kind of in the title, and you get to play this girl called Matilda in a show called Matilda. That's amazing. When it comes to casting somebody for this role, what is it that you look for aside from them being pint-sized?
I know there's so much, like you said, there's so much in the role of Matilda, and these girls don't leave the stage, and if they do, it's maybe a total of 4 minutes the whole show. So it is such a huge demand on young girls. Obviously, to sing, dance and act at the same time and be a triple threat is one of the challenges. So that kind of goes without saying that all these girls that will end up playing Matilda have that ability and the talent. There is a wonderful essence of Matilda in all these girls in different ways. So every Matilda that I've ever seen and worked with has, there is an essence of Matilda inside of them somewhere, and it's about doing so much work on voice, on accent, on the learning the lines and all the rest of the rehearsals to really find where that essence of Matilda is. But it involves a lot of maturity and a lot of intelligence, and it's a gift to watch the girls come before they've transformed into Matilda through this process, or even from the auditions it starts that process of kind of imbibing them with the Matilda training, and I think it's such an incredible thing to watch young children go from the beginning to then. You know, these girls lead us, all of the adults on stage every night, and it's such an incredible feat. We are led by these young girls on stage all night, and it's so inspiring to us adults all the time. So, you know, there is a strength of character that they bring. There is, a real maturity and a lot of nuanced, intelligent conversations that we end up having with these young girls. It's quite always extraordinary to see. So, you know, obviously, on top of the talent, there is, you know, certain kind of traits of Matilda that lies in all of them.
So that's kind of more like a quadruple threat. If we're saying that they need to sing, dance, act, and carry that kind of maturity that this role requires. Do you guys even know that you're doing that? No, you just stand there and you're just like...
I think it's best that they
Working with them, what kind of advice would you give to these little girls who, I keep calling them little girls, I shouldn't do that, to these ladies, these young ladies, for what's ahead of them, I guess, in the future?
I think in terms of advice, I think you wouldn't believe it, but they teach us a lot as well. Sometimes when you get to work and when you're an adult, you know, you love your job, but it is a job, and some days you come in, you know, maybe things have happened on the way to work, and you take a look at these people who have got this whole show on their shoulders, and they're just, and you're not oblivious to it, you know what you've got to do, don't you? But they come in and they're just so positive and disciplined. So they kind of teach us as well, and I would say that they are really special girls. All the children are really special, and I think if you want to keep doing this, just carry on the way you are, because you're pretty phenomenal already.
I often get asked the question, is it hard to work with children? And I say the opposite. I love working with children because of that energy that they bring, but also children's imaginations are so raw and just willing to go anywhere. And I think often when we grow up and mature through adults, which is, you know, a lot of when I grow up, the number that you saw in the swings, the lyrics are so phenomenal in that because it reminds us that we forget to think like children anymore and have that imagination that runs wild. And so that's what's wonderful about working with children. It reminds us to open our minds and keep our imagination open and free.
Why do you think Manila audiences should come and watch Matilda?
It's really an amazing show, and the ending's like my favorite part. And I just think it's such a nice show.
I think it's one of those shows that you will leave singing the tunes. Two, you'll be thinking about it for days, the stories, the characters. You'll be kind of so glad that Matilda did what she did. There's a lot of magic in the show, isn't there? There's lots like of magic that we can't really tell you about. And just to see these girls and all the children, like she is the strongest character in this show, and you kind of leave thinking, yeah, she did good. The girl did good.
One of the things that we learn from Matilda, I think, watching the show is that we all have the power inside ourselves to make the world a better place. And if we see something that's not right, you make a change. And that change can come with one person. In this little case, it's a young girl. So it's I think one of the main themes of this show is to use your own powers to make the world a better place.
I think you should come watch the show because Matilda is such a strong, very, very, well, I would say grown up, and she knows how to take care of herself because her parents are very mean and cruel. And in the end, the way all the pieces of the puzzle fit together is just phenomenal, and I love the show so much. I think you should go watch the show because it would keep you entertained for days and you won't stop thinking about it. And it's got like secrets and magical stuff, moving things with Matilda's eyes, and it's got one little dangerous thing in it. Amanda Thorpe.